In the past 14 days, 32 million hours of Teamfight Tactics has been watched on Twitch. After 10 years, Riot can finally justify that S in their name by releasing a carbon copy of Auto Chess that even my bosses can't stop playing. So we've got this new game that kind of looks like a card game, but also resembles a board game, and somehow it's rivaling Fortnite on Twitch. It's buggy.
Thinking about. What is she doing?
And well, mostly just a copy of another game. So why the fuck is it so popular? I was fucking laughing. Well, it's fast, simple, building clout by the day, and it's sexy. And if I know anything, that's how you get popular on the internet.
Holy shit! Okay, wait, we're alive!
TFT is part of this growing roster of what people are calling auto battlers, which is a fucking stupid name. The way these work is they're turn-based games that are kind of like card games, but also kind of like board games, where each round you pick characters and then you more or less watch those characters fight against each other to see who wins. The first one was Auto Chess, which is actually a Dota mod, and then Valve jumped in and made their own copy, and now we have TFT, which is Riot's version. From where I'm sitting, these games are kind of like glorified mobile games, but to me, that's more of a feature than a bug. On paper, I know it sounds a little bit boring. A game that you're playing but not really playing, but in practice, it's a lot more addictive than you might think. Traditionally, there's actually been a place for games like this on Twitch. We've been building this kind of ecosystem where people flock to Twitch to watch these high-end esports titles like League of Legends, and the best players in the world play the hardest games in the world.
I'm smurfing!
But paired with that are these lower intensity games. Sometimes people call them like Q games, where you can kick back and you get a more relaxed viewer experience. Off the heels of what was like a catastrophic failure in Artifact, we had Auto Chess, which was this game that was set in the Dota 2 world that everybody wanted. It has that kind of like addictive simplicity. You say to yourself, man, I'm gonna go to bed right after this game. You look up and it's somehow fucking 3 a.m. Auto Chess kind of felt like this jumping off point. It was like unpolished, but there was clearly something there that people were looking for. And now with Dota Underlords and Teamfight Tactics, you get these kind of more polished, charming games that take that format and give it an opportunity to succeed on a higher level.
Play the anime music! Wait a second, he's kind of doing it. What?
The thing that separates Teamfight Tactics is Riot gets to use the League of Legends IP, which is massive. That means tons of people are gonna be flocking towards this game just to play with the champions they like in League. Look, it's not that Dota's not popular, it's that it doesn't have the kind of meteoric pull that League of Legends has. People will literally play this game just to be a part of the broader League community. It's got everything you need to succeed online right now. It's got particle effects, it's got this kind of light tone, it's sort of funny, and it's got the clout of some of gaming's biggest personalities pushing it forward.
The game allows for quite a bit of interaction and downtime so that you can talk to your chat and make it more entertaining in that way. I like that it crosses over so many genres. It's my first auto battler type of game, and because I used to play League so much, I love the nostalgia that I get from seeing all the familiar faces and champions. So I really like that. And it has made me especially happy that there's lots of people who haven't even played Auto Chess, nor have they played League, that enjoy the game and are addicted to it.
Since TFT's release, it trails only the most annoying and massive and frustrating game in maybe gaming history, Fortnite, in Twitch viewership.
I'm not seeing enough movement!
And, well, at least to me, those games have a lot more in common than you might think. Fortnite's success has showed us, at the very least, that you don't have to cater towards hardcore gamers in order to succeed in 2019. The fact is, TFT and Fortnite, these kinds of games allow you the ability to turn off your brain, to play a game without getting screamed at in voice comms for hours. We're talking about a game that, to be honest, is still kind of a mess. There's still glitches. Sometimes your characters just run off the board. Sometimes your opponent has 5 items and you have 1, and it's not even at a beta yet.
I did it! Do you see the bug I keep doing?
Wait, how do you do
Yeah,
that?
I know. It's so I get picked earlier before everyone else. I'm so good at this game, dude. Yeah. I've done this bug so many times.
Look, if you're a degenerate like me, your Twitter feed for the last week has been nothing but TFT. Obviously, Teamfight Tactics isn't the only mindless game on the internet. There's literally multiple Auto Chess clones that you could be playing. So what is it that's separating this new game done by Riot from all of those other games? I already mentioned the power that the Riot IP has, but to me, the thing that's most interesting about the onset of Teamfight Tactics are the personalities that have risen up to drive the game forward. Of course, there are the obvious suspects, the Pokemains and the Scarras.
That was so anticlimactic.
Oh, fuck.
The Dyruses.
Oh my god. No!
These giants of the League of Legends world that you just know we're going to jump on when Teamfight Tactics came out. But what's more are some of the personalities from the graveyard that is Hearthstone esports past have come back and really grown with this new title. One of those streamers is Hafu, whose stream has exploded as of late due to hitting rank 1 of the MMR system in Teamfight Tactics right after the game came out.
Anytime I saw my name on Reddit, people just throw my name in the mud and like say I was so bad, and people only watched me because of the girl, and it sucked. And it was only until the 110 came out that people like there were too many stats for people to like refute it. I'm so thankful to Riot for them posting it. It just means a lot to me.
Joining her are personalities like Tice, Dog, Amaz, Crip. All of these heroes of Hearthstone's past have come back to help spearhead the game's rise.
What?
They bring with them this kind of card game charm. They're chatty and sometimes strategic, sometimes memey, but honestly never too intense. And if I'm being honest, they're my people. You see, when I'm not blabbering on camera for theScore esports, what I like to do in my free time is play hours and hours of Magic the Gathering. And so recently, when preparing for a tournament with my friend John, I'm rambling on to him about what decks we should play and what decks we shouldn't play, and I realize he's not paying attention. And I hit him with the, "Are you playing Teamfight Tactics?" And there was silence on the other end of the line, and I just knew that motherfucker was playing TFT. The point I'm trying to make here is that a few years back when esports started to get really popular, there was this game that was bridging the gap between competitive and casual.
Play nice.
And its biggest names and biggest streamers gave you someone to watch while you're eating cereal in the morning or while you're nodding off at night. And that casual appeal that brought people to the game, that was the same thing that allowed the game's competitive scene to thrive. And that trend has continued with TFT. We saw just last week Pokemon host one of the first TFT tournaments on her channel.
Oh no, not the Blitzkrieg, no!
And in just a few short days, Twitch rivals will also have TFT. Look, I'm not trying to tell you that this is the next great esport or that it's gonna usurp Fortnite and a bunch of 14-year-old kids are gonna start dancing and playing it all day and all night. What I am trying to say is that it seems to have rejuvenated this part of the esports and gaming community that I happen to love. And personally, I think that's a good sign for fans of League of Legends or gaming in general, or anyone just trying to kill 30 minutes. Look, I get that there's bugs and it's mostly a clone of auto chess and you're tilting off at the RNG, but at the end of the day, I just think it's good for gaming.
Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, hit the sub button and ring that notification bell. For unique bite-sized videos you won't find anywhere else, hit up our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages.